We got camera. We got sound. We're rolling.
Camera's rolling. Sound is rolling. Saucy Boys, episode 52.
Deuce. 53, actually, but who cares?
Take 2 and action. And welcome back to another episode of the Saucy Boys. I go by the name of Chaku.
Michael Stokes, baby. And you're probably wondering why we're coming to you guys this late. Once again, we had some technical difficulties earlier this week. Lost a great episode. So we're running it back. We decided it'd be best to do that this time.
So this is episode 52, take 2.
52 and a half.
52.5.
I like that. 52.5.
All right.
Sounds like a good.
But we're back, and since I was the bearer of Bevy last time, it is Sir Michael Rox's turn.
Hey, great artist.
Yeah.
So this time around, I did the watermelon sugar. So I forgot the name of the drink.
Watermelon sugar.
I forgot. I love that. But it's watermelon sugar something. But anyways, it's made by.
Was it MASH?
No. Wasn't that? We'll call it watermelon sugar tequila Bevy, I guess. That's what we'll call it. Because it's made with Bevy.
You got to give it your own secret sauce name.
The
Mike Stokes watermelon sugar extravaganza. No.
Okay.
Yeah?
Extravaganza? Sure. Why not?
Okay.
Extravaganza right here. It's made with watermelon, a little bit of mint leaf. I had to smack them up like last time. No mints and chakus though. You throw that into the little shaker. Throw in your preferred amount of tequila, Blanco, preferably. Then a little agave nectar and some lime juice, and just smush that shit down and pour it over ice, and you should get a nice little beverage that looks similar to this.
My man said smush that shit down. We ain't muddling over here. We smushing that shit.
I just didn't know the name of it, so I just called it smush. But
smushing shit.
It calls for a rim of what's it called? Chile powder. Tajin. There we go. And we actually tried that on the Lost episode and figured it was kind of a little bit too much, so I decided to mix it this time with some sugar. And we're gonna see how that tastes. But yeah, that's what it is. Cause you know me, I'm looking for the summer bevies. I'm looking for the shit that goes good in the pool. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for the shit you kick your feet up on and you look at the people mowing your lawn. I'm looking for shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And this was what I found. I think I found it on Pinterest or something like that. And we gave it a good rating the last time, but I think we'll redo it this time because I've tailored this one to our own particular tastes, and I made it a little bit more different with the special rim and all that shit. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this.
Okay. And cheers.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one better.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I give this a 5. What do we call it last
pool
time?
Floaties?
5 pool floaties.
Wow. Wow. I feel like Nas, I feel like I finally got my 5 mics. But yeah.
Gave you 5 pool floaties.
I'm going to have to do the same. This one tastes exponentially better than the first time around. Even though the first one wasn't bad, it was still good. This is really good. I highly suggest you do the sugar tajin rim.
Yeah. I guess it just depends too on like your culture.
Yeah.
If you fuck with, tajin heavy and you want that shit all over the edge and you want some chamoy dribbled on the side and all that, then that's for you.
I was going to say, when I make this for my girl, I'm probably going to dip the rim in chamoy, then put the tajin on it.
Yeah, he's going to have to put like a skewer in there with like a piece of fried chicken on there. Or and then what's it called? The jalapeno on the top. So you got the jalapeno, you got the piece of chicken, you got hot Cheetos around the
extra lime.
Yeah, so but no, it's a good drink. It has maximum kickback ability.
I just took a piece of that that mint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's why I can't do mint. For some reason it just tastes like I'm drinking mouthwash. Or like toothpaste.
I feel it's more like spearmint gum That's how I feel like.
Sometimes, yeah. Like sometimes I get that, and then like other times I'm just like, no, I'm not rocking with that right now. But yeah, no, I'm glad that we lost that last episode because with all that tahini on the fucking rim,
oh yeah,
I had a coughing fit and I almost died. I felt like when George Bush choked on a pretzel.
God damn.
Yeah, it was rough.
Much worse than technical difficulties when it's our actual, lives are at stake. There's like it was a solid 10 minutes. It felt like.
Yeah, it felt like
where you was just coughing your ass off.
It was all like 30 seconds.
I couldn't recover. Yeah, it probably wasn't that long.
It was all like 30 seconds.
Probably would have been an easy clip.
Heart beating off fast. Doom, 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 doom. What do I talk about?
He's like, oh, shit, he's coughing.
He's dying. Do I pat him on the back? I don't know. But yeah, I'm alive. I made it. But yeah, I rock with this. I see you have these shots right here. What are these shots?
Oh, so I was gonna run out of my bottle of Teremana tequila.
Okay.
The people's tequila, the Rock's tequila. I was gonna. I knew I only had enough left for like 2 drinks and then a shot. So I was like, let me go buy a new bottle, and then after that, I was like, all right, well, I'll finish this one off, so I don't have to take it with me. And then we'll just pour 2 shots on top that we can just, take for whatever we want. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta shoot them motherfuckers hardcore. We got a whole pod to record. But they're there for us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Well, how about this episode is unofficially sponsored by Teremana Tequila.
Yeah.
Until we get that official sponsorship, we've been riding for you, Dwayne, for a long time.
Real hard.
I got like 2 cases of Zoe just sitting in my kitchen. I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I feel like I am Dwayne Johnson.
He's got your Under Armour shoes too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
But then I just, I wake up and I realize that I'm Chaku Johnson. And it's not the same at all. I
might be related. You never know.
I'm less veiny.
You never know.
But yeah, But yeah, shout out to that guy for making some dope products.
Appreciate it.
So with that being said, and we have these shots here, let's cheers to something.
Okay.
How about we cheers to new hobbies?
Yeah.
So we're going to cheers to new hobbies, and we're going to take a little sipping tin. We won't take the whole shot, but.
Teremana's kind of sweet.
Little sweet.
Never noticed that. Woo. Good shit.
But as we get into new hobbies, what are some of your new hobbies?
Well,
Chaku, I'm glad that you asked.
I'm glad you asked me. I was thinking more along the lines of new hobbies I would like to pick up. And some of them I can't do right now. But it kind of got me thinking because you're over there, you were telling me about that plant that you're killing.
Man, this poor plant. And snake plants aren't easy to kill. That's the thing.
Yeah, but it started making me think. Like, there's people, like, in my family, the 2 Geminis in my family are both really green. They're green thumbs.
Yeah.
My sister and my dad are green thumbs. And, I mean, you're a Gemini, too, so I'm surprised. It's kind of strange that you're murdering that plant. That innocent plant right there. But it kind of got me thinking. It was like, that seems like an interesting hobby that I'd like to pick up. Eventually, whenever I get a house. And, the thing that turned me on to it was for Mother's Day, I went and got my girl's mom some plants, and I got my mom some plants to plant in her backyard. And I went to Lowe's on a Saturday night. Lowe's is open till like fucking 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All them dads out there got to run.
I was about to say.
to Lowe's.
Lowe's is like the middle-aged spot. For middle-aged couples. That shit was popping.
They should put a bar in there.
They should. You know how many fucking mom and dad combinations were just walking around like, babe, we should get these for the garden. Yeah. Nah, honey, I want these. And I was just like looking at it, I was like, damn, is that what my life is gonna be?
It's funny. There's probably some wife out there like fucking 9:45. She's like, babe, I want you to make a walk-in closet. And he's like,
all right.
Oh, gotta go to Lowe's.
All right.
But that's a fun trip for dudes, I guess. I even kind of like going through that. I don't even got a fucking house. I'm just like, let me run through Lowe's real quick.
Lowe's also, you should represent Lowe's anyways because they're black owned.
Hey.
But definitely. I only stayed in the garden section, but it was just looking around. I was just like, yo, people about to get their fucking garden on, yo. And I was just like, damn, I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait. I want to get like the big bag of fucking soil and shit and fertilizer.
You just walk into your car with that shit over your shoulder. Yeah. I don't need no bags. I don't need no cart.
Sir, do you want one of our little carts to take it? No, I'm good.
Nah, I'm good.
Good.
I'm about to go plant some shit.
Put the seeds in my pocket.
With this plant, I fucked up because I put it in a new pot because it was getting bigger.
Yeah.
And I forgot to put it in a different like pot that has. So this one I didn't realize there wasn't like drainage holes on the bottom.
Yeah.
So I think what had happened is that the soil was a little too damp, and it got root rot. So there's different ways to treat that. So this weekend, sometime I'm gonna try to take it out and try to save it, try to bring it back to life. I mean, it's not dead. It's
yeah. I still see green. There's no brown on it and shit.
It's just kind of on lean right now.
Yeah.
Man's
bring it back.
like,
Resuscitate.
but it looks like it's leaning towards the sun. Like,
it's a plan. It's going to go towards the sunlight, bro.
He's like, help, nigga, I'm dying. Yeah. But nah. So yeah, I'm better at like cutting lawns and like organizing shit. That's like cleaning up shit. I'm not good at planting shit yet.
It's been so long since I cut a lawn, and
that shit's actually like really relaxing.
It is. It is. I think that's just like a natural like guy thing.
Is it?
Because I remember when I used to live with my mom's house and I'd cut her lawn, I'd be like, fuck yeah, throw on my headphones.
Yeah, go out there, get you a little sweat.
Yeah,
put your little cold towel over your head.
I just get it in.
Put your headphones on. Hit a couple of back and forths.
My shit is when you hit that turnaround the right way.
Yeah.
And you put that bitch on the tilt and you do it with one arm.
Yeah.
And shit. It's like come back. Ooh.
You be out there edging up this shit. Shit be all lined up all nice and tight.
Yes, sir.
You fucking get out there and sweep off the. See, I had to sweep because I ain't had the leaf blower.
Oh,
so, yeah. And then my dad, after like I moved, he had got the leaf. I'm like, damn, nigga, I was out here sweeping my ass off. You just walk around.
You just gonna take my glory?
Yeah. So
I used to, cause I was in better shape back then. I take my shirt off after a while and just start cutting shirtless and shit. I'm like, yeah.
See, I used to do that, but then I caught my neighbor looking at me one time. I ain't know how to feel about it. I just like looked over the fence and these motherfuckers was like watching me. I don't know if it was maybe they just looking in my backyard or they was really like watching me like cut this grass with my shirt off. And I'm not ripped or nothing, and I'm not like super big, but I was like, why the fuck are they watching me?
Sipping lemonade, like, oh my God, girls, he's back.
Yeah.
The Bridge Club.
It was a dude and his wife.
Oh shit.
Oh. Man, what if they were like swingers or something?
I was thinking that too. Maybe they were like scouting you out. Like, babe.
It's like, damn, he can really cut grass good and he's glistening right now. Go knock on his door. I'd
really like to reenact my cuckold fantasy with him, babe.
Did you see the pineapple on my front door? I'm going to piss off somebody in that community. They going to show up to one of my gigs. I'm like, oh, we heard your podcast. You thought the pineapple shit was funny, huh, motherfucker? But... yeah, and that was just a strange occurrence. It's weird to like have headphones on and be blasting Lupe Fiasco and then look over your shoulder and there's some white people staring at you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's working hard.
Oh, look at him. Oh, shit. Perfect turn. I love it.
Every time he just hits it.
Perfect. Hit it perfect.
We should have him mow our grass.
It's like after you leave and shit, they all go out there and like go to it. It's like, God damn. Samantha, look at this. Look at this. This kid is amazing.
Honey, he didn't even look. He was out here rapping and he didn't even look. This shit is amazing.
Kick, push, push.
And it coast. Yeah, I was hitting that shit.
Yeah. That's good shit, man. Did I ever tell you this is kind of off topic. Did I ever tell you about the time that I got propositioned by a swinger couple?
No, I think we may have talked about it because I feel like it was around the same time, and I feel like it was probably at the same spot.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I've had it happen too, and it's strange.
It is really strange. Now, I mean, of course this is before I was in a relationship, and I went to Bentley's.
Oh shit.
The one that's
so this is recent. No, not recent.
I think it was 2019. Yeah, I think it was. I know it was before pandemic, but I went to Bentley's, the one across the street from Rebar, that one, and there was this girl who was sitting down, and she like grabbed me and started talking to me and shit, and like I didn't want to talk to her because like I literally just saw her fucking man walk away, and I was like, oh, and that's your husband? And she's like, yeah, don't worry about him. And I was just like,
what?
Like, wow, this is dirty. You just gonna do it in front of him? And she was just like, no, we have an agreement. And so like I like sat there, and she was like, are you gonna get a drink? And I was like, I guess so. And then he comes back, and he's like, hey, what's up, man? We'll affectionately call him Daryl. He's like, hey, what's up, man? I'm Daryl. And he like shakes my hand or whatnot, and I'm just like, this is fucking awkward.
Strange.
Like, this is fucking awkward. He's like, yo, so what y'all doing and shit? And like, she's like, I'm just talking to Michael, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, introducing ourselves and all that. And he's like, all right, well, I'm going to go make myself another round. And I saw him just walk off, and he went and talked to like other females.
Have fun.
And then it finally like hit me, and I was just like,
like, oh shit. Oh shit, this is what's happening.
I get it now.
Oh my God.
I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. See, I was in that same area, but I was across the street at Rebar, and I didn't think nothing of it. This lady was like dancing with this dude the whole night, and I was like, oh yeah, clearly that's her dude. And it's like an older woman. I was what, like mid to like early 20s. Mm-hmm. So she was easily like 30 plus. And she like, oh, because I used to do like songs in between like my homie set.
Yeah.
And so she's like, oh, that was really good. Like, I like that. Yeah. And then she...
What you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she was like, can I buy you a shot? And I'm young. I'm like, fuck yeah. What? Like, let me get this shot real quick.
Yeah, let me get a pickleback.
And she's like, yeah, me and my husband want to get it for you. And I was like, okay. But see, I'm not dumb. So, like, I went up there with him. I was at the bar like, y'all niggas ain't putting nothing in my drink. Fuck that. So... went up, took a shot with him, and was like, okay, yeah, cool. So, like, they stayed around for a little bit longer. I was there. And at the end of the night, like, they were, like, both talking to me. It's like, well, what are you going to do after this? And I was like, bitch, I'm going home. Like, it's 2 o'clock. I was just...
correction. I'm going to go get Wahlberg, then go home.
Yeah, for real. But it was just, like, they kept trying to, like, draw out the conversation. And they kept wanting me to, like... They kept, like, mentioning, like, a party or, like, somebody's house. And we should all hang out sometime. And I'm just like... And in my head, I'm like, oh, I think I know where this is going. This is fucking weird. I seen this in a movie one time.
I don't want to hang out with you.
What movie was that? Was it Take Me Home or some shit like that?
Oh, man.
It's with the big dude that's in that Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
But it was like one of his like earlier films.
Yeah.
And like there's a scene where he's like in the bathroom with this chick, and then like he looks up and some dude's like sitting in the corner. She's like, no, it's okay. He wants to watch. And I'm like, what the fuck? No, that shit is weird. But yeah, nah, it's just, you know, if that's your thing, do your thing. But it's not my thing, so I'm good on that.
You got to keep it spicy, you know.
Yeah. I just like, what age do you hit when it's like, well, fuck it, let's just, you know, go out there and make it a group thing?
Babe, I mean, I've had sex with you countless times. You've had sex with me countless times, but it's like, I love you, but let's just go, you know, fuck other people.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like,
bring somebody else in.
I'm already getting to the age where it's just like, I'm cool with my shit now. And then it's like, if I were to be single, I wouldn't be thinking about that. It's like, no, I got Pornhub. I'm good. I'm straight. Well, yeah, nah.
I can act out all my fantasies from the comfort of my couch.
Yeah, you know, it's disease free. Yeah. You know?
I just always, in the back of my mind, I'm like, so if we go home and do this, and what if y'all are really weird and y'all drug me and I wake up in a bathtub full of ice without a kidney? You know what I'm saying? That's always my thing.
Fucking organ. See, we watch too many movies.
Yeah, I was like, it's 2 of y'all, and you know, like
a bunch of urban legends.
I don't know what's going on.
Wake up, fucking missing a big toe. Like, what the fuck? Why my big toe? No, now my balance is gonna be fucked up for life.
He's just watching. Just let him watch. I don't like how he's out of my eyesight. Yeah. What's going on?
Motherfucker sitting over there in a latex mask and shit.
Then all of a sudden a fucking plastic bag goes over my head. I'm like, oh!
Yeah, nah. We're trying to avoid that for the rest of my life.
And that is a new hobby we are not going to partake in.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
And then it's like now, like people are into like such weird shit, which I mean, I'm not knocking nobody's kinks.
Yeah,
unless it's like some like real brutal shit, then yeah, you can fuck off.
No, we don't kink shame. Right?
But like the furries thing, have you ever seen that? Where like they dress up in like the big like bunny costumes or whatever, and they do it. Yeah, so that's the thing. It's called furries. It was on some show I seen. I don't know if it was like a Vice thing or if it was like.
It's got to be Vice.
I forgot.
See, when you think about shit like that, it saddens me so bad that this culture in this generation won't grow up with the show like Real Sex, like we did. Because that's how we found out about all the wild shit that was happening out there in the world on HBO.
I think the one episode that would always like play was the one where it's like they went to like that orgy thing.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like a bunch of butt naked people in one room. I'm like, oh shit. And then there was another episode where I don't know if it was like a mango or like a tangerine, but they were pretty much showing people how to eat puss.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing that one.
And I was like, my little 13-year-old brain was like, why are they eating fruit like that? That's weird.
Maybe I should start eating the fruit like that. I remember one where it was like, they were like saying like raw meat is an aphrodisiac because like it brings out like the carnal primitive desires of a human. So like they were like eating like raw fucking sausage, raw beef, and all that shit, and it was just like, oh,
it's like y'all
really turning me on.
Y'all gonna get the shits in the middle of y'all. This like, middle of y'all sex session. Y'all gonna have the doodles. Y'all stomach gonna be all fucked up.
Crazy times back then.
But it was that, and then that shit that I sent you, was it yesterday? It was like my 13-year-old ass at 3 a.m. watching BT and Cut. Oh my god!
I love how like the de facto theme song for BET Uncut was Tip Drill.
Yeah, fucking Tip Drill. Must be your ass because it ain't your face. I need a tip drill. What else was on the HBO late night? Like Skinamax.
G-String Divas.
Oh shit. What was it? Taxi Cab shit.
Oh, Taxi Cab Confessions.
Yeah.
So it was still like rated mature. Mm-hmm. And I think only like one episode, like a couple ended up like smashing in the back seat. But other than that, they just asked him like wild ass. They asked him like wild ass. Fuck! Why can't I say the word question? God damn! They asked him like wild ass questions in the back of the cab or whatnot, which is kind of crazy because they could just bring it back and just call it Rideshare Confessions. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh. So you put that out there.
Ah, shit. Hey, make sure you cut that out.
Yeah.
I want my money, HBO.
We could have been out here doing Uber confessions. These are my confessions.
You know what I always think about when I think about that clip from Chappelle where it's like they're on the street and he's like, what's the wildest thing you've ever done?
We're fucking done.
He's one time in college, these two guys, he had a little threesome and these two guys gangbanged me.
He was like, oh, bitch. He said, we're fucking done.
Wildest thing I ever did was had sex with old gangbang over here without a condom.
Dog, I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, that's all I think about when I see that because I was still back in the time.
Man, HBO was wild back in the day.
Oh, it was crazy. I remember like sneak watching Oz, and I was like, "Yo, this is horrible."
But it's funny now that we think like shit like that is horrible. But then you got TikTok with like bitches just clapping ass cheeks on there like 24/7. Or like YouTube, you can pretty much look up anything. And I mean, if you don't have parental control set on your kid's phone, it's like they be on Pornhub and all that bullshit. It was funny. My little brother, he did that little TikTok trend where it's like you play like the beginning of the Pornhub theme and then it goes into the Childish Gambino shit. And he did it to my little cousin. My cousin was like, and looked at it. My brother was like, little nigga.
The fuck is wrong with you?
And this nigga's like 11, 12.
Yeah, it's about that age.
This motherfucker on here watching Pornhub.
About that age.
A little nasty ass up here on his VR headset.
Nasty motherfucker.
Looking at butt cheeks. A little dirty guy.
That's got to be like the most horrible part about it because like every kid has a phone now and that shit is so accessible.
Right. Could you imagine? I can imagine grabbing my kid's phone and see some butt cheeks on there. I'm like, but then it's like, can you be mad? Well,
wait.
Good shit. That's a good video.
Good shit, my guy.
I remember that video. Oh man, that's gonna be a hard conversation for me.
Yeah.
You know, whenever my kid gets to that age, I'm like, man, fuck, why I gotta have this talk right now? Like, man, just stop looking at porn.
Just
watch cartoons.
Just bore him and be like, back in my day, I had a magazine. You know what a magazine is?
You know how many pages were stuck together?
You know how to get that magazine?
Yo, it's funny because like, so the way it started for us, and I'm not gonna blow up anybody's names on this shit, but so we had this recycling bin like by our crib.
Oh shit!
And so people would throw like Vibe and like shit in there, right? So we would go in there and be like, well, fuck it, we're not gonna pay for these magazines. We'll just get the ones that they throw out, and we'll just cut out like, because we used to cut out like artists and shit that we fuck with or whatever. And then we hopped in the bin one day, and it was just this big box, and it was covered. And I was like, oh shit, what is this? Yeah. So we lift it out and we open it up, and it's like the fucking holy grail of Playboys. It's like fucking 30 of them in there, and we're like splitting them up between my friends. Like, all right, you get these 5, I get these 5, and then when you're done with those 5, you bring those 5 back to me, and I give you these ones.
Currency. Yeah. A whole fucking financial economy based off of porn mags.
We was over there trading Playboys. This shit was crazy.
Very similar. I think that might be a base thing.
It probably.
The same thing happened to me. Like, I went over to a friend's house, and he was just like, yo, so my neighbor across the street, like, I saw him throw this out, and I just went over there to the thing and looked at it, and this is what I found, and it was just all this raunchy shit. But he said, like, he clearly saw the guy's, like, wife in the doorway.
Like,
so like, yeah,
like, get rid of this
like,
shit now.
Yeah, and so like she was like watching him throw it out or whatnot, and so it was the same thing. It was just like, which one you want? My guy. And then another thing happened eventually later on where like my buddy's stepdad got rid of his shit, and same thing. We were just like,
see, we always had like,
what you want?
We always had the basic shit though. We had like Playboy, and the raunchiest it got was Hustler.
Yeah.
But there was some other magazines out there.
Oh yeah, there was some crazy
that
ones
were like
that I saw.
That maybe some of my friends had, but I ain't had them shits. I was scared to have that shit at the crib. And I ain't gonna front. I think my parents found one time.
Probably.
I don't think they said nothing, but that shit disappeared, and I was like, "Where'd it go?
Where'd it go?
Where'd it go?"
So, I left it. Right
it's all in
here.
the fucking toy box, like behind my GI Joes and shit.
It was between my mattresses. What the fuck?
Like that's if you're hiding something in between your mattresses is the fucking worst place to hide it, because that's the first place anybody is looking. Yeah, you liable to find all kinds of shit under there.
With the mattress.
I don't understand why people like, especially when they talk about movies, oh, I hid it all in the mattress. I'm like, why? Why? People are gonna find it. It's it's
when cops kick down the door and they barge into your house. The first thing they do is flip the fucking
yeah, they flip the mattress. Yeah. I'm like, shit, I'm hide that shit in the ground.
Where the drugs in the porn at?
There it is. Found it right under the mattress.
Got it right here.
Stupid motherfucker right here. Just left it right where we
Hustler, 1999 issue.
Okay, so you know what's wild to me now? It's like a lot of those old Playboys are worth like
a lot of fucking money.
Of fucking money.
Yeah.
And so the Anna Nicole Smith one, I had that shit. And it was in pristine condition.
Pristine?
The pages weren't stuck together on that one.
Nah, my homeboy's stepdad had like all the like before it became a big deal to put like wrestlers and shit in it. He had like the Sable one and the China one and all that shit, and we were just like, what?
Like there's China's titties on here?
Yeah, he was like, what the fuck?
China was a big lady though.
Yeah, she was.
She was strong.
Huge. Bench press shit. Squat shit.
I think I want to see that. Remember when she had
we didn't
porn?
think so either, and then we were just like, wow.
Oh, I mean, when you're younger, it's like well, I guess I can take the titties I can get. But I mean, she had that porn that came out, right?
Yeah, that was after she left the company though.
Yeah.
So
R.I.P. China.
R.I.P. doggy.
But yeah,
that was a lot of new hobbies, guys. A lot of new hobbies.
Some new hobbies, some old hobbies.
Some old hobbies. What we're trying to say is monitor those kids' phones, because you never know.
For real.
And as us being, we used to be little boys too.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be earlier now. But I mean, around like 10, you better start monitoring that fucking phone, yo.
For real. Yeah. I mean, the access for these kids to get to like certain shit is amazing to me.
It's crazy.
Because I'm like, damn, like all you got to do is just like little Timmy's iPad. I bet you there's a lot of nasty shit on there. So
iPad's full of them.
So y'all be on the lookout. That little iPad that you got. Yeah.
You probably don't even know how to fucking like incognito tab and shit. So
see, I feel for some of these parents that aren't on technology. Cause they kid probably looking at all kinds of wild shit. And they be like, "Oh, my child's an angel." I'm like, nah,
no, he ain't.
He was watching somebody's asshole get fisted the other day. Little Timmy is not a saint.
Oh my god, yo. Oh man. So
keep track.
I'm not gonna say no names on this one, but I went to school with this dude who
he gonna hear this shit and be like, damn.
I hope he doesn't listen to this. I don't have him on social media or nothing like that. But he constantly kept getting caught all the time. And because he was like grounded throughout high school. And it was because he kept getting caught.
Yeah.
And like he was telling us one time where like he was like he started it and then like he heard his mom coming, so he turned off the monitor and like his mom was like turn it back on.
Fuck that. If I'm the parent, I'm like, yo, I'm like, don't turn that shit. I'm like, punched.
And like we were like, why didn't you just give it a hard count? Because all right, for y'all who don't know, back in the day, if the computer it came with a tower, and on the tower it had a big button that was the power button.
Hold that motherfucker.
And if you gave it a hard count, it would just turn the whole computer off. And like we were like, dog, why didn't you just give that shit a hard count, bro? Like, why did you turn off the monitor? He's like,
the tabs didn't pull back up, right?
Nah,
like
it completely it turns everything off. And he was just like, I couldn't think, bro. I didn't know, man. My bad.
Because now you can't do that. You hard count that shit, and when you start that bitch back up, it's like, do you want to restore tabs?
We saved everything you were looking at.
It's like, fuck. What? They caught me.
Hopefully he doesn't listen to this. I hope he doesn't. I know I don't have him on no social media, so.
But that shit. Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
But that too, like, if I was the parent and I walked in, like, I'm like, hey, just get out. Just get out. I don't even want to know what you was looking at.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to see that shit. Because you don't know what it is.
Savage.
So little Timmy in there beating his meat.
Sauvage.
All right, man. Enough of this shit.
Sorry, that was a rabbit hole. Goddamn tequila.
Yeah.
Anyways, so right now, movie with the sound off. We're watching what's it called? Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's. This nigga just dead in the living room.
And so I posed this question to you before we started this. This is one of those movies that I know I've seen, but I don't remember anything about it. Like the plot. I get like the basic parts of the plot. Of like a dead guy they're carrying around and shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember like anything that happens in the movie aside from like this dead guy is like walking around.
Yeah,
but
like
I know I've seen it.
Little fucking.
Yeah. I know I've seen this movie, and so it started to pose a question like, there's like a list of movies that are like this, where it's like, you know the movie, you know what it's about, but I can't tell you how the movie goes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happens in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know plot points and things. And it was like, we came up with this, what you said, Biodome?
Yeah, Biodome. Encino Man.
Encino Man's another one.
I mean, there's a bunch, man, because all those movies that came out around that time was like, you're young, like you're just watching it because it's like on, or like your parents are watching it or whatever. So, and then at that time too, it's like you don't really understand like the plot of movies, so you just you look at parts of shit and you think it's funny.
Yeah.
So when I go back and I watch some of these movies, I'm like, oh, this is what this shit was about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when you watch them as an adult and you're like, oh, that's why my parents are laughing.
So like, I remember my favorite movie when I was younger was The Mask, right?
Yeah.
And reason being is because it's just like all the goofy shit that he did, and we would like recite like all the lines and shit. And I went to my grandma's house, my great grandma's house, and we stayed over there one weekend, and me and my sister were watching it, and my great grandma was just disappointed. She was like watching this shit, and she's like, "What are y'all watching? Like, what is this?" And I'm like, "It's The Mask. Like, it's a good movie." And then like, she's like, she does this thing, like she don't say, like she don't like something, she just goes, "Oh," like she makes a noise. And so when she made that noise, I was like, but I mean, she let us finish it, but
so there's a bunch of things that are like inappropriate that I didn't know what was happening in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So in The Mask, like, didn't like a girl like dome him up and shit, and it's like at the time you didn't even fucking realize what was happening. She was like, "How can I ever repay you?" And then she just tops him off, and he's like holding on to the roof. He's like, like, as a kid, that shit made me laugh so hard, but I had no idea what was going on.
Their parents are all like, man, that nigga's getting his dick sucked.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He's just over there laughing. Oh,
he's just like, wow, that's funny. What is she doing? I don't know. But it's funny. Is she like holding his legs and like moving him around? Like, that's crazy. Like, it's But yeah, The Mask. That's another one. Until recently, since it hit streaming, I've seen it now, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember this now. The Goofy movie.
Yeah, that's
another one where like I know I've seen it, I just don't remember the plot, really.
Yeah, you just remember like parts.
Yeah, I remember the Cheese Whiz dude.
Yeah,
and that's generally
because everybody would just walk around saying "Leaning Tower of Cheese."
Yeah. And so it is, but yeah, it's just like an endless fucking amount of movies.
But then it's funny because like in that movie, like the dude's clearly a pothead.
Oh yeah, that too.
And it's like it's a kids movie, so your parents are like, what the fuck? Like when I used to watch Ren and Stimpy when I was younger, my mom would be like, what the fuck are you watching? Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, she let us watch it, but
Ren and Stimpy had no business being on Nickelodeon. That was a terrible show.
Like it was just a wild show. I remember the butt toast guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Captain Milquetoast or whatever the fuck his name was.
Shit. Yeah, I don't remember. But it was it's a weird show. But nah, like you said, there's a lot of movies that like we've seen and remember parts and like lines from, but like we never really knew what the movie was about. So like you say, Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Like, so many people were psyched about like Bill and Ted and like the new movie that came out, and I was just like, I don't remember ever seeing.
Yeah.
Bill and Ted.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just like I know it. And so what really tripped me out was I watched that there's this 2-part George Carlin documentary that just came out. It's very interesting. I watched it. But completely they were like talking about when he got into acting, and it was like, yeah, and he got that big role in Bill and Ted as like the operator of the fucking the telephone booth, and I was like, oh shit.
That was him?
I didn't know that. I was just like, I remember that character. I remember them going into the telephone booth, and that's how they time traveled. But I did not know that was George Carlin.
Damn.
And it was like a younger version of him then. And I was just like, I had no fucking clue that was him.
See, I remember, so like being in film school, they show us like all these older like classic joints, like all these classic films and shit. And it's like I remember seeing them when I was younger, but I really didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really didn't get it. And so like going back and like watching that, but then you watch these, and then it's like movies you watch now, you're like, yo, like this motherfucker was in that?
Yeah.
Like, damn, what movie did I see recently where like there was just a bunch of characters in there? And it's crazy because like certain groups of actors like are all in like the same like movies together.
Yeah.
It's like you'll see them now and like shit, and you're like, so like everybody that was on like Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
They're all like
in
Apatow like films and shit like that. Like they all work together.
My favorite one is Kevin Hart in 40-year-old Virgin.
Yeah.
Because when the movie came out, you knew that scene was funny as shit.
Mm-hmm.
You knew the guy that he was talking to was funny as shit. And then it was on like 5 years later. It's like, oh, that's the dude from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
And that was crazy as shit. It's either that or, I mean, at that time you were like, why is the guy from Soul Plane in this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's all you were thinking. It was just like, why is this dude in this? He's not that funny. And now it's like damn, that's crazy.
One of the funniest people on earth.
That's like one of the crazier ones that I think about. And what was that movie we were watching the other day where Bill Hader was in it? Is because I had made the comment about like it's always the best friend role, especially in romantic comedy movies.
This dead nigga watches. I really gotta rewatch Weekend at Bernie's. This is probably a better movie than like the shit that I remember.
Man's is gone, dog.
But nah, we're talking about Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
There we go. And it's always like the best friend in romantic comedies is always reserved. It seems like it's a role that's always reserved for like a future star.
Yeah.
Like the comedic role. Like that role's been played by Jack Black. Along Came Polly is Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what the fuck? This guy is funny as shit. Like, what's going on? And it just seems like it always happens that way.
I like
Dave Chappelle does it.
Yeah.
And You Got Mail. Yeah.
I like when comedians or people that are cast it is, like the comedic relief end up getting roles in like serious films, and they do really fucking well.
Yeah,
like that shit is like really dope to me. But yeah, just going back to movies that we watched but don't remember. There's a list. I would like y'all to give us a list of some of the ones that you like watched and like didn't really get or don't remember. Y'all just remember like lines or like scenes and shit from.
Generally, like, because like, I think the main thing is like if the movie like infiltrates pop culture, then it's like, okay, you're gonna get everything. Like I'll tell you, here's another one that people are gonna think is blasphemous, but of course I've seen them now. But when I was a kid growing up, I had never seen a full Star Wars movie.
No.
Because I never got around to watching them. But like I still knew the line, like, Luke, I am your father. Because I had friends who liked Star Wars and they fucking like told me about it. But I had never sat down and watched a Star Wars movie from start to finish.
Yeah. Well, and see, like Star Wars too is like my pops was real big on that shit. So we go and see all of them. But like the amount of information that I retained from watching those,
it's very slim.
I was just like, oh, like yeah, cool. Like shit's blowing up, and there's a big Jabba the Hutt dude, and like I just remember like little things. But then you go back and like you watch it, and like you get in depth with the story, and like, oh shit,
yeah.
So yeah, I made it a point to go back and kind of rewatch a lot of things that I kind of breezed over and like didn't really get back then. And now it's just like they turn out to be really fucking good movies, and that's the reason why they're,
like, this is some deep content.
Yeah, like this shit is good.
I think it's just you got to grow up, you got to have real life experiences, and then
to get this shit, yeah.
And then once you can relate, you can relate. And one of the stories I always bring up is I remember watching Meet the Parents for the first time, and there's a scene after they find out that that Ben Stiller smokes weed or whatnot, or he has smoked weed, and they're playing volleyball, and like Robert De Niro like looks at Ben Stiller and he's like, they're like trying to come together with a game plan, and like, hey, he's like, if I set you up for a spike, can you hit it or something like that? And like Ben Stiller's like, yeah, but I'd have to be really high. And Robert De Niro looks at him, he's like, yeah, I bet you would, Panama Red. And I remember we were watching that, and my dad just fucking died laughing at the time. Like he was just fucking dying. I was just like, what the fuck?
Why is this shit so funny to him?
What the fuck? I don't get it. It wasn't until like I started smoking weed and I got older that I realized that Panama Red is a strain of weed. And so that's where the joke comes together, and I was like, oh. And it was really some shit like that where like I found it out and I just started laughing I wasn't even watching the movie, just randomly was just like, oh, Panama Red, I get it.
I've smoked weed before and I didn't even know that was a strain.
Yeah.
Of course, Pineapple Express.
Yeah, of course.
Or the Maui Wowie. I know those.
I think it's like an older strain or an older type, but yeah. I bet you would, Panama Red.
But see, now that I know that shit is really funny to me. Oh, shit.
But yeah, shit can go over your head when you don't get it, and then, take some time, come back, revisit it. Don't always just write it off initially, because you might like it eventually down the road.
I think, but how you feel about, like, I know people are probably going to be mad when I say this, The Office. So a lot of people say that Office isn't that funny. So when I first I've seen episodes and shit when I was younger too. Like even at like Friends.
I tried. It's not my brand of comedy.
No.
And the reason why I know it's not is because I tried it when I was older. I tried it when it was off air, and people were still like telling me about The Office, and I was like, all right, I'll give it a chance. And I was just like, I don't get it.
I don't even think I got through the first season.
Me neither.
I kept falling asleep, and
I
was like, I can't do this.
Same thing.
I like shit that's gripping.
Yeah.
Gripping. Like fucking when I first watched Breaking Bad, and I feel like that was like the first series like I truly like binge watched, because I was like, oh shit, this shit is intense. And then after that, I don't think I really like Walking Dead up until a point, but those are like the only ones.
I'm gonna be real. Breaking Bad's another one of those that I checked out on.
Yeah,
because I started watching it when it first dropped.
I think how it starts,
and I checked out, and then like the next thing I know, it was ending, and everyone was like, "Oh, Breaking Bad's so good!" And at this time, they had everything. I think they were still putting like new episodes on Netflix at the time.
Yeah.
So like I was just like, fuck it, I'll try and catch up. And I think I had gotten like halfway through season 2, and I was just like, I'm good, I get it. And then I just watched the finale and was like, all right, that's all I needed.
Yeah.
That's all I needed. And then I watched that movie that came out a couple years ago also.
Was it like El Camino or something?
Yeah, El Camino. You know, that was all I needed. I didn't need to consume the whole 5 seasons of it, you know?
I think that was a really big thing for Bryan Cranston, though. I mean, he's done a lot of dope shit, though.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the one that kind of, I can't say catapulted, but it got him a lot more shit.
Yeah. I mean, he's right off of Malcolm in the Middle and shit.
Kept him relevant.
Yeah.
Yo, where's Frankie Muniz?
Not acting anymore, I don't think.
Where's that guy? We need to talk about child actors that aren't doing shit no more.
But I mean, you say it like it's like a shock. Like that's always been the stigma with child actors. That's why it's like when somebody does start as a child actor and is still acting, you're like,
some are able to ride it out though.
Yeah.
Hey, have you seen Hillary Duff recently?
Yo, that picture popped up online. I was like,
I know that picture's not real, but I've seen other pictures of her.
I don't know, man.
Doing her thing.
I've seen some pictures after the baby, and I think that picture might be real. It almost made me want to start watching How I Met Your Father.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Nah, Hillary Duff, man. Hey, shout out to you. Shout out to Hillary Duff.
Yo.
I'm about to do this little Google search for Hillary Duff.
That might be on your kids' phones, too.
Oh my God. I'm like, damn, Lizzie McGuire looking good.
Lizzie McFire.
Nah, she look.
Oh, shit.
It's a ghost.
I'm a ghost.
I heard something earlier.
When?
Like when we were sitting, because the TV's off, I heard like a scream.
Oh, maybe it was one of your neighbors.
Probably.
I'm just going to assume it's one of your neighbors.
Yeah, it was my neighbor. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, no, Lizzie McGuire looking a lot better.
Lizzie looking nice.
You know who she kind of looked like, though?
Who?
She kind of looked like, what's her face? Shit. What's her name? What's her name?
What
do you think?
Scarlet Witch?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of, I guess.
A little bit, but like a
not as thick though.
A thicker one.
Yeah, thicker.
Like a thicker Scarlet.
Thick.
What's that girl's name?
Thick. She is the third Olsen girl.
Something
Elizabeth Olsen.
Is it Elizabeth
Olsen?
Olsen?
Yeah, she's Mary-Kate and Ashley's sister.
She's really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that too while I was watching Doctor Strange too. I was just like,
And like in that movie, I was like, damn, I'd be scared of getting like an argument with her. She roast my ass because she's sassy as fuck.
I was like, babe, I said I'd do it when I have time. You'll do it now.
All right.
So,
don't want to take no chances.
Yeah, chill. Don't,
might fuck up the multiverse.
So that's what I was gonna ask, because we had started talking about this the other day, and we never really got into it. There's a plot point in that movie about like where they're like saying like when you dream, you're seeing yourself in a different universe and what they're doing. I don't know. I had a moment where I had to reflect after that, and I was just like, God damn. So there's a me that's been like devoured by zombies. There's a me that's been like shot at numerous times. Like, I don't know. That was some deep shit when they said that. It was like every time you dream, you're basically seeing your another universe or another dimension of yourself and what their life is like. And I was just like, God
at
damn.
that moment when like they had talked about that shit, I was like, damn, I've been shot. I've been fucking thrown off cliffs, like all kinds of shit. Like the other universes of me are fucking, the versions of me are horrible. Like these niggas did not live a good life. And then there's a couple, I have this one reoccurring dream where I'm doing a show and it's me, Asher Roth, and Kanye. And so I do the show, I do my set, and then Asher's like, oh yeah, good shit, bro. However Asher talks, I don't know. But like he's giving me props and shit, and then Kanye's walking on stage and he like bumps into me and he's like, oh shit, it's you. He's like, man, I was watching your show from backstage, like shit was dope, whatever. And he's like, I want you to send me some. He's like, I know you've been working on shit. Like, I want to see what you got. And I was like, okay. And so we all meet at the studio after he does his set. And we get to the studio. And the entire time I'm trying to show him music, the USB that I have all my shit on in my laptop, nothing is working. And I'm trying everything in my power. I'm like, oh, I got it in Gmail.
That's a nightmare.
And then I hop into Gmail and it's like my password's not working. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I know I got it on here. I'm like, wait, Kanye, wait.
Just 1 second, Jesus.
1 second, Jesus. Hold on. And then he's like, man. He's like, I got to catch this flight. But maybe I'll catch you next time. I'm like, oh.
No.
Fuck. Yeah. So that universe hey, figure out your password, nigga. So you can show Kanye these songs.
Make sure you have a backup USB, motherfucker.
But I had the backup. That's the thing. I had the backup USB, I had my regular USB, and then I had my laptop. And then like when I would go to press play on a song, like it would buffer. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, who's running the Wi-Fi in here? Like, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
And then, like, I've had a couple of dreams where, like, I hide money somewhere, and I'm like, damn, that's just me hiding money in another universe. I'm never gonna see that shit. Damn it. Oh man. My dreams are wild. I pray that, like, if I die and like go to another universe, I don't go to one of them fucking universes.
Oh yeah,
that shit is not cool at all. There's plenty of good ones that I've had for sure. Like, but
I have more good dreams than I do bad ones, honestly.
Yeah, same.
The bad ones are like the ones where I just gotta wake myself up from. I always tell my girl that because she has bad dreams and like she like wakes up in the morning and I had this dream that you did this to me and blah blah. And I'm just like, oh my god, like yo, when that shit starts going left and you know it's some shit that I wouldn't do, wake the fuck up.
Yeah, like
that's my thing. Like I know how to wake myself up if something like Inception taught me that on some real shit. Yeah. Like I look for like irregularities. It's weird.
That carpet ain't mine.
No, it's some weird shit. It's some weird shit. Like I had one time where it was like I forgot what it was. I think it was like the type of car I was driving, and I was just like whipping that shit. And then like I had a moment where I was just like,
it's like nigga, I don't have a Fiat.
Yeah, it's like I drive an Impala. That's not my car. And I just woke up immediately, and I was just like, fuck.
Yeah, definitely not my car.
Ruined the dream, you know.
Man, I had a dream. I got framed for murder one time. I was like, nigga, look at me. Does it look like I could murder somebody? This shit is stupid.
Yeah. Like, if shit gets too deep like that, I'm just like, I don't even own a gun. I just wake up. I'm just like, that was easy.
back out that motherfucker. Man. But, shit. The whole dream thing, man, that shit is so crazy. I have more good dreams than bad, but, like, some of the bad dreams. So, like, sleep paralysis.
Yeah, it's
Have
terrifying.
you ever had that?
Yeah, it's terrifying.
That shit is the worst. Because I be seeing shit stand in corners, and I'm like, nigga, I will box you, or I will try to box you, but I can't move. And so I used to do this thing where I try to fight, and I'm like, if you a demon, I'm fucking you up. And I try to get up to fight the demon, but I just fall back. So I wasn't scared. Or maybe I was scared, but I was so scared at the point where it's just like, all right, like, you know, come face to face, me and this nigga going to blows as much as I can. But you know how you in a dream, like when you swinging on somebody,
it's weak as
the
shit.
harder you swing, it's like, it's like little pats. I'm like, yo, I'm swinging as hard as I can, and this nigga's just like, ha.
So I know I've thrown punches in my bed, and fortunately, I don't think it's been since I've been with my girl. But I know I've thrown. I know specifically I threw one and I hit the wall and I woke up. Because my fucking knuckles were hurting. I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I did.
I was thinking about that, just like, god damn, that would suck if I did that shit.
But nah, them sleep paralysis ones are like a bitch. And so like what I've learned now recently is like I'll lay there and I'll just look at whatever it is and I'll make dumbass faces. Like, haha, nigga, you ain't get me today. And I try to like rub my leg real fast and wake up. And normally it works. Yeah.
I shake. I should like shake my head. I'm just like, wake up.
I kind of get into this like lean with it, rock with it shit. Yeah. And then eventually I wake up and I'm looking at the demon like, haha, you ain't gonna get me this time. Nigga.
Mine is like, it happens when like I'm in an uncomfortable position and I want to move to get comfortable. And so that's why I'll be like, wake up, wake the fuck up. This sucks. This position hurts. Yeah. It hurts. Like your face is buried in the pillow. Wake up, Michael. Wake up.
I've had that before. Yeah. So like I fell asleep one time on my stomach and my face was directly in the pillow. and I couldn't breathe. And you know how like when you get to that point where you're like,
yeah, it fucking sucks.
And I'm like, shit, but it's always right before you feel like you're gonna like pass out that you wake up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, I get up real quick out of bed. I'm like, goddamn, nigga, I almost died.
I don't want to sleep again.
Oh shit,
sleep
again. I'm gonna go play Xbox real
quick. Go sleep on the couch sitting up.
Yeah,
shit,
for real. That shit is wild. But and then some dreams I've had, like they've been like super realistic, and like some weird shit has been going on. But like you said, you just look for things that like, oh yeah, shit, my mom don't got blonde hair.
Yeah,
you look stupid. Yeah, I'm waking up. I'm out of here.
You're not my mom.
The ones I hate though is where you like hide money somewhere and you wake up and you look for that shit.
Yeah,
I remember one time I found $100 on the ground, and I was like, oh shit, $100. And I didn't think nothing of it, put it in my pocket, and I was like, cool. I was like, this is probably a dream, so when I wake up, it's not going to be there. But when I woke up, the $100 was there, so.
I had one where I was just like, I'm really successful, and I was just like buying like stocks and shit like that, and then like I woke up in the morning, I was like.
Y'all checking it right
I was like looking at my phone, I was like, shit, I didn't. It didn't happen.
Yeah, still $200 in there.
Fuck. Shit. Still live here. God damn it.
I have a fucking 25 cents in Bitcoin. Yeah.
Fucking Dogecoin sucking ass.
Yo, those shits like the worst though when you dream that you're like really successful. And then you wake up and you're like, damn.
Something's like like a bill is taken care of, and then you wake up in the morning and it's like, oh shit.
Gotta pay that shit.
Like fuck.
Or you were supposed to pay it last week and you forgot.
Like, God damn it, I still don't have that money for it.
Damn. Yeah. Fucking dreams, dude.
The worst.
But yeah. Moving forward, I can't see my little
Me neither. The topics fell. I think it was what are we watching?
Oh yeah.
Since this has been a really eclectic pod this time. The tequila, man, it brings out the energy, dog.
Brings out the best. That tequila person.
Tequila.
So right now I'm not really watching anything. I think the only thing I'm watching right now is Winning Time. And I'm waiting for Stranger Things.
You bastard, you took mine. Yeah. Stranger Things drops tomorrow night. I said earlier, I said on the first pod, I probably won't watch it though.
On 52?
Yeah, on episode 52 that you never heard. I probably won't be watching it Friday night because I'm probably going to be doing something. But yeah, I'm going to try and like watch this weekend sometime with them being extended. But I did see that that the last M. Night Shyamalan movie that came out, Old.
Yeah.
And I was shockingly surprised about how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was actually a good movie.
I couldn't believe it. I because we always judge his movies off their twists, and a lot of them are shitty as fuck.
For real.
And so he had lost so much equity with like the fan base with the weird fucking twists he'd put in it. But with this one, I remember it happened. I was just like, oh, not bad. Not bad, you know?
Yeah, no, I think when I watched it, I wasn't really paying attention to it, and then like closer to the end, it got a little more exciting.
Yeah,
I think just like but I mean overall, like it wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah,
it was better than fucking The Village.
Oh, or The Happening.
Oh, that Mark Wahlberg impersonation you did on the episode that we didn't get to put up.
We lost
it.
It
Was so fucking funny. Can you try it?
I don't think so. I don't think I can.
When he's talking to the trees.
It's like a one-time thing.
Try it again.
Stop peer pressuring me, dog.
Come on, Mike, do it. Do it. Come on, do it. Hey, if y'all had heard that shit, you kind of
Hey, Tree. Hey, I'm sorry. I don't. You know, I just want to let you know that I try to lower my carbon footprint, man. Nah, it doesn't sound. It don't sound the same. It don't sound the same.
Say hi to your mother for me.
Say hi to your mother for me.
Oh shit.
I just want to be friends, Tree.
Yeah, man. I told you, like anything with like creepy old people in it, like freaked me the fuck out. And we were talking about was it Devil?
Oh yeah.
And that
was an M. Night movie.
Yeah, and then in The Happening, that old lady was like walking around the house and like banging her face through the windows. That shit is creepy. So that things like images that are disturbing to me is like shit like that. Or like when they make old people look really creepy.
Yeah.
Like what movie was that with what's that chick's name from shit? It's the R.E. Aster film. The dude that did well, the girl gets her head ripped off by the fucking pole. Like she's sticking her head out the window because she can't breathe.
Fuck. Heredity?
Yeah, Heredity.
Heredity, yeah.
So the scene that fucked me up was when you hear, like, he's in the attic and you hear fucking banging, like doof 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 doof, and then they show the camera on her and she's like gripped the ceiling, she's fucking banging her head on this shit. Yeah. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? But throughout that movie, like, you can look and see in certain scenes and there's like a naked guy in the background. Yeah. All creepy. I'm like, yo, that shit is disturbing,
terrifying. Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, no. Aside from all that, Old was a pretty decent movie. I give you that. But
thank you.
I'm looking forward to Stranger Things and also The Boys. Season 3. I see the trailer dropped and that shit looks.
I was like, shit. I had a moment where I was like, damn, already? Because I feel like season 2 just happened, but then I was thinking, I had to think a little bit harder. And I was like, oh shit, that dropped during the pandemic. We were still in lockdown when season 2 came out, so It's like, oh, okay, I guess so. Now it is right. Now is the right time for it. But yeah, I'm super hyped for The Boys. You know.
Yeah, so that should be a good one.
Can't wait.
But moving on from what we're watching, we're gonna jump into this music corner real quick. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, for music corner, I haven't really been listening to anything else besides the new Kendrick, my Windows Down playlist, and just an assortment of like random songs. I don't really know what's been released recently that's like any good.
I think we passed like the window that everyone was looking forward to, like that 4-week window of just like
it's like Pusha,
Harlow, Kendrick, Future. Just all that shit. It's already out. So, I mean, I don't think I haven't been paying attention enough to see what's coming out because I don't know. Call me old school. I've been consuming the music that just released a month ago.
Yeah.
And I'm not ready to throw it aside like most of you motherfuckers do. So.
Yeah, I'll be shuffling through it too quick.
Way too quick.
I fucking jinxed myself when we was talking about like Bad Bunny.
Oh, man.
And like how people are gonna come and request because he just dropped a new album.
Yeah.
And the requests have gotten worse, people. I can't even set up my fucking equipment without somebody walking up and be like, Bad Bunny, Bad Bunny. So this shit is ridiculous. People, don't get me wrong. I like Bad Bunny. I don't know what the fuck he's saying, but I like him. The music sounds good, but when you request, it's like I'll go through, like last night, no bullshit, I played 3 Bad Bunny tracks back to back because this girl, mind you, the girl wasn't even fucking Hispanic, or she didn't look Hispanic at all. It looked like some little white blonde girl. She's like, do you have Bad Bunny? I was like, you want that? Okay. Like, cool. So I played it, and then she kind of dipped off. I think it was for a friend. Might have been for a friend. So she dipped off, and like she went and did her thing, was dancing out there. Cool. And then at the end of the night, it's already 2. I'm like trying to get people out of there, and this guy comes up and he's like, "Hey man, it's cool if I can like make a request. Like it would be really cool if you play Bad Bunny right now."
It's like, motherfucker,
bro. Like I just play like his old discography, man. Like, but nah, he asked me. He actually tipped me $40. So
okay,
if you're
I'll play Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I'll play Bad Bunny if you tipping. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, it's the Bad Bunny effect, man. Like, everybody just be asking. I posted this thing today on my Instagram, and it's, like, from this DJ site, and it's, like, asking people, like, what the requests they get tired of the most, or, like, what songs they're tired of hearing. And it's, like, Return of the Mac, like, T.I. Bring 'Em Out, like, any Bad Bunny song.
I haven't Bring 'Em Out in a long time.
What was another one? The Wobble.
Oh, yeah. That's...
Cupid Shuffle.
Oh yeah,
it's another one. But yeah,
I feel like old people request those.
No, so I was playing at Social Spot, and throughout the day, like it was a pretty young crowd. Like they were all like 20 something. And one of the people in the group came and said, "Hey, can you play the Wobble?" And I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like that motherfucker came out in like 2006. Like probably earlier than that.
Yeah.
But then it's like TikTok. It's like bringing back it's like the resurgence of like these older songs. So the one that I've seen more recently is a Guy. I like. I'll show you after the show.
Okay.
But like people are doing TikTok dances to that and shit, and so like nobody's requested it yet, but like I'll play it and I'll see all the young people like,
oh, I know this song.
Doing a little TikTok dance and shit. I'm just like, whatever. But yeah. So I don't know. On that note, I think we're gonna wrap up this episode. So if you got any comments, questions, critiques, please feel free to hit us up on Instagram, or leave a comment on YouTube. Tell us what you're listening to. Tell us what you're fucking with, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye-bye.